The home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. It's getting close. I know y'all shaking, man. Y'all having those withdrawals. I'm trying to wet your taste buds a little bit as well as my own. It's because I'm having issues as well. I'm ready for that college football season to start, baby. Yeah. And as we always do each and every season, we have these little preseason predictions. It seems like Heartland Sports has come out with some pretty interesting projections of where Texas and Oklahoma and the other Big 12 schools are going to end up at the end of this 2023 football season. Very unique. Let's talk about it. Well, here we go again. Here they come once again, riding on in as they always do. The Outlaw Posse is now in effect. And today's Four Horsemen shout-outs belong to Hank, Zach Hamner, Marty Keene, and Eric Taco Marino are saddled up, mounted up, they're ready to go. They got their badger deputized, and they're going to help me today with today's college football invasion. And if you want your badge and you want to be deputized, all it is $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. Just hit that join button next to the subscribe button, and you'll be deputized, and you'll have your badge, and as well as other perks that are coming down the line here. Today's show, I want to give credit to Kenneth Qualls. He sent me this little nugget. And I also would like to say that ordered me a new computer the other day. So before long, I'm going to stop doing these things on my nice little Android phone, and we're going to take this thing live. We're going to start doing live streams so that way I can interact more hands-on with the common Joes and Sallies, and I know that it made this program what it is today. Also, I can be found on Twitter at OCF Productions. Now, getting right to it here. Seems like Heartland Sports has come out with some interesting projections for this coming season for 2023 in Texas and Oklahoma's farewell to their old Big 12 brethren. Some very unique matchups, and some of them sort of have a certain theme to it. Now, I'm sure y'all will catch on as we get into the projections here. We're going to start down at the bottom here. Is the Independence Bowl. They are projecting BYU versus Arizona. That's right. And BYU and Arizona, as you know, once upon a time, used to be in the same conference called the WAC Conference back in the 1970s. And then, of course, BYU moved on. I think they ended up, BYU, I don't know if they was ever in the Mountain West, but I know they ended up going independent eventually. And now the BYU is back in the Big 12. Guess who else is coming back to the Big 12? That's right. Those Arizona Wildcats. And these are soon-to-be future conference opponents. So get a little dabbling of what it's going to taste like and what the matchups look like if this projection is true from Heartland Sports. The next one was the First Responders Bowl, Kansas versus Missouri. Sort of getting a theme here. So some unique matchups, bringing back old rivalries, bringing back old conference foes and future conference foes. As you can see, Kansas and Missouri have a long-standing, or was a long-standing rivalry, sort of like the Texas A&M rivalry, Alabama, Auburn, West Virginia, and Pittsburgh. Just probably not on the same level nationally as the rest of them. But for the Kansas and Missouri people, it meant a lot to them. So they might get to play each other again for the first time in a few years. Can't remember how long. How long has it been since Missouri played Kansas? About 10 years? I don't know. Y'all, you guys and gals tell me in the comment section. But Kansas versus Missouri in the First Responders Bowl. Another unique matchup. Then the Armed Forces Bowl, the newest member of the Big 12. They have them projected as playing Navy. That would be a unique matchup. Central Florida versus Navy in the Armed Forces Bowl. Then the next one, they have the Okie Pokey State I'm a man. I'm 53. I'm 54, 55. I'm about to retire, whatever his age is, playing Minnesota in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Now, that one don't have really any kind of unique connotation to it, but that's what they got down here. The next one would be Baylor versus Kentucky in the Liberty Bowl. That's a unique matchup in that I don't know if these teams have even ever played each other before. So that one not so unique, but it is unique in the fact that I don't think they've played each other very much. The next one is another unique matchup. It's an old in-state rivalry between TCU versus Texas A&M in the Texas Bowl. These are old Southwest Conference rivals, just like the whole BYU Arizona thing, Kansas, Missouri. As you can see, there's a little bit of a theme here. More probably like a wishful thinking and fantasy matchups that they want to see that probably most of us want to see. But all of us would love these matchups in a bowl game to watch at the end of the season. Be awesome bowl games. Then the next one, they got Texas Tech versus UNC in the Pop-Tart Bowl in Orlando, Florida. I didn't even know there was a Pop-Tart Bowl. I don't know if that's another bowl that it once existed that was renamed. I'm getting tired of that, really, to be honest with you. All these bowls getting their names changed to sponsor names. I mean, the sponsors want to be on the football field during the game, just, do that. But don't change the name of the bowl, man. It's just like when they tried to change the Sun Bowl to the Hancock Bowl or some bullshit. Texas Tech versus UNC, that'd be a pretty nice little matchup. Nothing really unique stands out about that one, but other than, just like I said, with Baylor and Kentucky, they don't really play each other that much, so that would be all the uniqueness about it with me. The next one is Kansas State versus Utah in the Alamo Bowl. Now that, once again, it's the theme of most of these predictions. These are teams that are either going to be future conference foes or were conference foes at one time. And these two would be future conference foes because Utah, as you know, has joined the Big 12 and will be in the Big 12, not this season, but the next coming season. So Kansas State versus Utah will get a wetting of the taste buds of what's to come on that if their projection's right. But once again, I think it's just a lot of wishful thinking and a lot of window dressing here going on with Heartland Sports just to get, people riled up a little bit. Now, the next two matchups, we're really, really going to get some people riled up probably, and get some people really talking. They have Texas versus UTSA, another in-state rivalry type matchup. As you know, these two teams played last year, and UTSA played them pretty tough all the way up into the early part of the fourth quarter. This will be a great launching pad for UTSA to maybe put their name out there, sort of like Utah did against Alabama. They ended up getting in the Pac-12. Boise State beating Oklahoma and stuff like that. Fiesta Bowl has been a spot for a lot of huge matchups and a lot of huge upsets that have been a part of college football history and are still talked about to this day. So UTSA would be on the platform where a lot of teams have launched themselves. Now, Utah and Alabama was in the Sugar Bowl, but this would be a great opportunity. I mean, I really think that if a conference were to take a chance on UTSA, a Power 5 conference, they would not be in any way, shape, or form disappointed, because that city in itself is growing. It's growing big time. It's one of the fastest growing cities in America. They have a great support system there in San Antonio, and like I said, they're growing. So this would be a huge opportunity for UTSA, especially if they could beat Texas on such a big national stage such as the Fiesta Bowl. Now, the next matchup is one everybody's probably been wanting. Me personally, I don't know if I really want it or not. But I know the Oklahoma fans want it. I know the USC fans want it. Oklahoma versus USC in the Cotton Bowl. Not very good memories for those USC Skittle shitters. As you know, last year, they blew a 15-point lead in an epic meltdown in the Cotton Bowl to Tulane. So, a little bit of bad memories for them. Might give them some motivation to try to rectify things. Go down there, rectify the embarrassment of losing to Tulane in the last 2 or 3 minutes, losing a 15-point lead, and beating a team that their coach has gotten so much grief about in the way he left Oklahoma. I'm sure they would like to try to shut up the Oklahoma people, as they say. But what they don't realize is that's not going to shut Oklahoma up. It's not going to shut up the people out there in college football, because the way that was done, the way that whole thing was handled, it's not going to be forgotten for quite some time. But this would be a huge matchup. A matchup that could really have implications going forward into the years to come for maybe even the national championship picture, and a budding rivalry with great, just dripping storylines for years to come. I mean, the sports media out there would just be salivating over this. You're talking about a tent in your pants? This matchup would definitely do it. And Oklahoma would definitely need to win this game more so than USC, in my opinion. But Lincoln Riley probably needs it pretty bad too, considering he made his little statement that I'm not going to let him forget about you not being able to recruit to Oklahoma. And yet, Brent Venables has been recruiting top 5 classes to Oklahoma. So both of these coaches would need this game pretty badly. Whoever lost this game may face something like they did back in the old wrestling days when a loser leave town match. The loser may end up, as my buddy Killer Breeze likes for me to say, with the Nagasaki egg rolls in the Japanese American Football League as the punting coordinator. But anyway, that's those unique matchups that Heartland Sports put out. You guys and gals, tell me what you think about all that. Y'all think those are great matchups? Can you think of some more unique matchups that you can drop in the comment section of this video? And that's all I got to say about that. There's a little heart down here. It's got a little dollar sign in. If you want to do a one-time donation to the program, just click on that, throw a few dollars in the coffers. Also, as I said before, we have the Outlaw Posse that you can join. It's not $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You can get your badge, you get deputized, get some of the perks that are coming down the road. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Also, I have a Cash App that I'm going to put in the description of this video. It's $JPC 316 if you want to cut the middleman out and put all the money towards the show. And with that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.